Do I feel like this might give me diarrhea in the morning? Potentially. Do I feel this is a health risk? Also potentially.
Flashback.
This is not an ordinary 7-Eleven, and I am not in a traditional American neighborhood. We are in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, one of my favorite cities, known for its beauty, its sunshine. I am definitely burned. The dogs here are more like cats.
¿Por qué?
Seriously, I don't know how that works at all. And what you may find in a 7-Eleven here in Mexico, honestly, will shock you. So what makes this brand so different in Mexico? Well, let's head on in, let's find out, let's see what Mexican novelties, what Mexican exclusive items they have, and let's go see why you should definitely actually check out a 7-Eleven next time you're in Mexico. So I barely had to enter the store to start finding some really interesting items. First, we have the Gansito, which means goose. What it is, I don't know, but it looks like some kind of cake, looks like some chocolate, maybe some strawberry filling. So a Gansino, a goose. Let's give it a shot. Similarly, a Choco Roles, basically rolled chocolate with piña, irresistible. So it's irresistible with pineapple and rolled chocolate. Let's do it. And they seem to really like naming their snacks after birds. Here then we have a Pingüinos, obviously a penguin, which looks like some kind of little chocolate thingy thing. It says 3 cellos. I think that is basically trying to tell me it's unhealthy. So, are we gonna try it? Of course. So here's a section that in America I wouldn't even consider going and contemplating at. We have the Big Bite, Jumbo Bite, the Burrito Bite, which is a queso Oaxaca cheese. A Burrito Bite with a pork chuck, so I think that's pork. A Burrito Bite with a manzana y canela, so a caramel apple. And a Burrito Bite with a queso crema, so a cream cheese. The fact that they're kind of stamped and branded like livestock is kind of concerning to me. And like I said, I would never even touch this in America, but are we gonna try one of these today? Absolutely. So not only just a burrito bite, but maybe getting a hot dog, and I quote, called Classico Big Bite. It is a big bite after all. And here, of course, we have your standard condiments, right? That you just see like in America? Wrong. Not only do we have ketchup, mustard, traditional, some tomate y cebolla, some tomatoes and onions, some jalapenos as well. We also have some mayonnaise, still pretty traditional. And then, of course, the green packets would be a traditional relish, right? Wrong. This is actually jalapeno, aka salsa de chili jalapeno. So yeah, of course we're gonna get a hot dog. And additionally, of course, I have your much needed standard hot sauce Bonterra. So I'm not sure if they're into wrapping their wieners here, but they're definitely into wrapping their buns. Ha 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 ha. And I mean, of course, pan caliente, so some hot bread. No joke, no joke. That was just bad. They have the fine selection of ramen noodles and tuna. Of course, the most important section in the store, the tortillas and pan, the bread. The drinks are all very interesting. Here at Diet Coke, it's called Coca-Cola Light. And then we have some of my personal favorites, the Be Light beverages, and of course, a couple other unique ones to Mexico. There's lots of different Mexican sweets here. One important one being marzipan. Marzipan is something which, if you're not familiar, it's like an almond dessert. It's kind of honestly not that common in America, I would say, but here it appears to be very, very popular. Additionally, we have a whole bunch of variety of gommes, and of course, a whole bunch of different tamarind treats. If you're not familiar, tamarind sweets, tamarind dulce, very common in Mexico. It is the tamarind kind of seed and or plant, very, very sweet, used in a lot of different cultures, cuisines. But here, they basically cover it in like a chili and polvo, a pulverized chili, a little bit of salt, kind of like tajin if you're familiar. And they serve it in all kinds of different varieties and shapes. It is definitely one of my favorite items. But their love for pulverized chili doesn't end there. Of course, we have some manquitos. Again, basically a mango gummy, literally covered in chili salt. And we have some even fiery gummy bears. Yes, of course, gummy bears covered in fiery chili salt. I like it. And here's a huge section of cacahuates, aka peanuts. And if you're not familiar, one thing they do love in Mexico is lime and chili mix. That's why you get like tajin, the different chili salts. But basically, if you see ever enchilado, and this is a enchilado mix, it's basically going to mean chili salt con limon with lime. Let's give it a shot. Whereas apparently, if you want a Spanish peanut, it's just a plain salted peanut. Interesting. Another item very popular in Mexico, but also in the southern United States, are chicharrones. And these are chicharrones enchilado. Of course, that lovely kind of chili salt with lemon. If you're not familiar, a chicharrones is actually a fried pig skin. It's eaten a lot like a potato chip, but like I said, very common in the southern United States. But when in Mexico, hey guys, you can't let any parts of the pig go to waste, and these are actually delicious.
If you're looking for convenient, high-quality, real food which fits your dietary preferences, well, I have the answer for you. And that's what I'd like to thank sponsor video being Cook Unity. So Cook Unity is the first chef-to-consumer platform delivering freshly prepared, pre-selected meals right to your door weekly. With Cook Unity, you can select from over 350 chef-created meals each week using 7 different dietary preference filters. And we are talking about the chefs who are on the Food Network. We have James Beard's Awards and acclaimed restaurateurs. Meals are delivered fully cooked, so all I have to do is heat them up and you are ready to eat. Cook Unity fits in my life because the meals are delivered fully cooked, so I can quickly prepare them and have a lovely restaurant quality meal. I love how quick and convenient it is. Literally just can pop it in the microwave. And they're great for lunch, dinner. You can easily take them to go with you to work. I love that the option to choose the meals based on preference, such as low fat or high protein, both which I do enjoy. And here we have a Desi butter chicken breast with cauliflower mash made by Arthi Sampath, which is a great texture and a lovely flavor. And then we have the Thai Penang curry with beef and jasmine rice by Chef Stacy Barang, which is one of my Cook Unity favorites. It's great spices and real authentic flavors. And then we have the curried grilled chicken with spiced cauliflower and sweet potatoes and a yogurt sauce by Dustin Taylor, which is the perfect level of sweet, spicy, and hearty. So go to cookunity.com/Hansen to get 50% off your first order of Cook Unity meals. To try them out for yourself. There's loads of different options and meals for everybody, so like salmon, chicken, beef, veggie, or none of the or all of the above. Go check them out.
And while I did want to buy literally everything in the store, I could not. That would be like a super long video, and I don't think you guys want me to buy the whole store and watch an hour-long video. Or do you? Let me know down below. But I did get a couple additional items that I did not show you on camera. Here we have the salsa Getty. So these are gummies, of course, covered in that chili salt, that polvo and chili. And apparently like spaghetti. Or what I've learned is actually noodles. Any kind of spaghetti means noodle. And then I also got a chipolita. Again, going with that love of that chili and polvo, that pulverized chili salt. This is basically a lollipop, which is orange flavored, and you dip in the sweet pulverized chili salt. Hey, let's give it a shot. So I think it only makes sense to start with the non-dessert sweet items and the items that are hot. So here we have our Big Bite Classic. Gotta say, for the bread supposing to be caliente or hot, this is the hardest. Watch this, let me see. I feel like you just, like bread should not do that. Bread should not feel like that. Yeah, it's super dense. This is by far the hardest, most stale, like, it just breaks off. Dry bun, I think that could even be possible. So, anyway, I'm gonna try it by itself with the tomate y cebolla, tomatoes, onions, before I put all the, like, every single condiment on it to hopefully revitalize this. So, big bite. Nah, you know what? The bread is horrendous. Well, the hot dog, it tastes like a hot dog. Do I feel like this might give me diarrhea in the morning? Potentially. Do I feel this is a health risk? Also potentially. Do I feel this could have been there all day? Yes, but taste-wise, it's not horrible. So now topping the hot dog with ketchup and mustard. This is what they're branding as a like traditional Heinz mustard. It is a lot darker in color, and it is a lot more kind of like a grainy, almost like Dijon style mustard. I don't know if you can tell, but it definitely doesn't have that super bright yellow Americanized mustard. But now, of course, the really different item, the jalapeno salsa, Heinz jalapeno salsa. I'm gonna see what it's like by itself. Woo! It's not spicy, and arguably, it actually kind of tastes more like a green relish to me than like a jalapeno. But I would say kind of a mix of a green traditional Heinz relish you'd get in America with a little bit of like spice, a lot more acidity, very like vinegary. And of course, I'm just gonna take literally a handful of jalapenos. That's how it is. Now that is a bite I could work with. I mean, don't get me wrong, at that point all I was really tasting was the condiments, but with all the condiments, it was definitely edible. Without them, horrible. Next, we have the pork burrito bite, which is branded just like I'm sure its frickin' animal was. Now this, they also said that I could eat with the salsa de chili jalapeno, but I'll try it first just by itself. I'm gonna get that nice bite with that brand in it. Oh, yeah. Not what I was expecting. So on the inside is what is apparently supposed to be meat. And I mean, it definitely is meat of some sort. It almost tastes like it's like a brown gravy in it, which is kind of weird. This shell is not at all, I would not call this a burrito bite. This reminds me of a quiche. It's like a pastry shell. Like that's what this tasted like. It tastes like some kind of weird hors d'oeuvre slash quiche thingy thing with not great overly dried pork that tastes like it's kind of in gravy. That makes sense. But so the items I wouldn't buy in America, turns out I wouldn't buy them in Mexico either. So we're 0 for 2, but let's try the rest of the items because I mean they're sweets. How bad can they be? I guess these aren't really sweets, but let's try some of these. Chicharrones. I know these are going to be good. So open it up. It's this beautiful kind of ringlet of pork skin, deep fried, so it becomes crispy, airy, and poppy. It's kind of weird how pork skin does that. It becomes airy and poppy. You definitely get that lovely chicharron smell. Basically, it's like the smell of fried pork. I don't really smell much chili on it, but let's see what it's all about. If you've ever had a chicharron, it just tastes like a chicharron, let's be honest. I'm not getting much spice. I'm getting a little bit of salt and a surprising amount of acidity, which I think is supposed to be from the lime. So chicharrones with lime and salt. I'm okay with it. Next, cacahuates, aka peanuts, enchilada style. So this should have a similar spice profile on it. You know what this smells like? You actually won't believe what this smells like. Peanuts. So I open them up here. Ooh, I got a nice looking handful. So essentially, I mean, they just look like peanuts with some chili powder on them, red powder. This I really like. The richness of that peanut, the fattiness just coats your mouth. And the enchilada flavor, the enchilada salt is very mild. It almost reminds me just like a salted peanut, but you do have this little bit of chili heat. And along with that little bit of chili heat, you do get a little bit of acidity from that lime, which makes it that enchilada. And I think those two flavors together, I mean, Mexico loves chili and lime. And so in a sense, I almost get like a salt and vinegar chip or peanut flavor. I'm totally okay with it. Next, let's try some of this marzipan, gigante marzipan. Specifically called a Della Rosa. It's like a big old kind of cake. Oh, it is definitely crumbling apart as I try to take out a piece. So this looks pretty like, I don't want to say chalky. Actually, it smells really good. I almost get a sense of like chocolate and crumbly. See what it's all about. Whoa, hold on, second bite. I never ever would have expected that. That is absolutely insane. That's absolutely crazy. That is basically not what I'm used to marzipan being. In fact, I would say this is not marzipan by any standard that I've ever had or tried. Impossible to get the ingredients. They're all overlaid like that. But you know what this tastes like? Pure powdered sugar with peanuts. Oh my gosh. And it is the best thing ever. So I'm getting like, I'm gonna try to get a piece that's not falling apart. It's like this lovely crumble, but if you look, there's like little pieces of actual like peanut in it. And it's almost like a peanut powder, and it literally just melts in your mouth. I'm gonna see if I can show you this. Like, that was a bad example. Without showing you what's in my mouth, it just melts It tastes like peanut butter and powdered sugar, and it's the best thing ever. Everybody on earth, stop what you're doing. Go to Mexico, try a De La Rosa. Extra muy bien. But woo, that is sweet. I don't think anything's ever gonna be as sweet as that. But next, let's try the Mini Gansito. Let's try the goose. So I open it up, it looks kind of like a chocolate-covered Twinkie mixed with it's like a log, like chocolate-covered Twinkie. There's something I've had, like Jet Puffs or something, kind of like marshmallow puffs, that remind me of this, but let's see what it's like. Interesting. So the inside, there's a light cake, very, very light. Almost, it just melts, you can't really tell it's there. There's a little bit of raspberry, a little bit of cream, and a very like fake chocolate. It's definitely a raspberry flavor, not a strawberry flavor. So it's a little bit more like acidity or tartness, but it actually goes really, really well with that super soft cake, the kind of gushiness of that creamy marshmallow that's inside. I like it, but it absolutely tastes like it's like, you know, a Little Debbie Jet Puff, whatever kind of marshmallow snack, because that's exactly what it is. Similar, a Choco Roles with pineapple, which is supposed to be irresistible. It looks very comparable. Obviously a roll. Let's see what it's all about. Whoa! Yeah, I don't know about that one. So the first bite and flavor, you get this chocolate. Next, you're met by like, what I'd call like a cake or cream, similar to the Gansito Extreme. That right there, that extreme pineapple. They said it was irresistible. Arguably, I would say this is very irresistible. That pineapple is a very like fake tasting pineapple. It comes with a slap in the face. It's so strong. I'm not saying it's really bad, but that was a lot of artificial pineapple happening right there. Actually, the second bite was better. The pineapple didn't slap me in the face as much. That's why I'm red, guys. Not because of the sun, not because I burnt like a crisp, because the pineapple slapped me in the face. Now we have the pinguino. Just saying, when it comes to Spanish words, pinguino may be one of my favorites. So it looks like a chocolate cake. Admittingly, it looks not overly moist. Chocolate layer on top and ribbon of icing. And it definitely smells like chocolate cake. So let's see what it's all about. Those are thinking noises, they help. And it's definitely Reneo con crema. So this one is definitely more mild, a lot less slap in the face intense than the chocolate Rolo or whatever it was called, the pineapple. The chocolate is mild. It does taste honestly pretty good. And this coming from someone who just isn't a big fan of chocolate cake. It is not as sweet as both the last two, the Gansino and the Rolo. So, but at the same time, it tastes like a Little Debbie, but I think that might be my favorite. Second to last, some salsa getties. Yes, salsa getties. I mean, with a name like that, guys, how could you resist? I can almost say I had spaghetti, but salsa getties. And you know what they smell like? La fruta con chili en polvo. Tajin or chili salt covered fruit. And it is definitely exceso azúcar and exceso sodio. So guess what, everybody? It is excessive sodium and excessive sugar. Obviously, good for your health. In fact, it even says not recommended for niños. It literally says not recommended for children. I'm sorry. I think this is very much marketed to children. At least they have a disclaimer. So, look a little, oh my, what the? Hold up. Are you kidding me? This actually has a packet of, like, something? It says Gusano. So I think that's like literally a packet of the, like, chili salsa on top of the salsa chili covered spaghettis. So let's try some chili covered spaghettis by themselves. El Sandia Sabor. It is watermelon flavor. The chili salt just adds a nice uptick. It tastes like a fruit roll-up. It's actually really good. Let me know if you like kind of like the Tajin / chili salt down below, because if you do, it's excellent. Let's open up this little, whatever this is. Let's taste this first. A chili liquid. So when there's not enough, ooh, very acidic. It's very sweet. It's very sour. Try this Gusano. Just gonna dump it all over my salsa getties. I really like the flavor of that. Additional acidity, additional sweetness, a little bit more chili. Oh, wow. Woo! Best thing ever. So the salsa getties, that watermelon with the chili salt. First off, it was good to start. But that additional packet, man, it added so much acidity. It had this bite, this punch. in addition to more chili. And when I say more chili, it didn't really equate to more heat in the mouth, but just more like acidity, flavor, sweetness. And honestly, last but not least, because it's literally gone from light to dark, this is taking way too long, we have the chip elita. So this is literally kind of like a fun dip that we had in, America. And this is not only exceso calories, exceso azúcar, and exceso sodium. So excess calories, sugar, and sodium. So this is a healthy one. This is what it looks like. So we have okay, just like that. We have a thumbs up lollipop with a little bit of chili salt already on it, but let's try it. Tastes like an orange lollipop, standard orange lollipop. We're gonna put it in the mix of the sweet pulverized chili down here, which looks like that. Literally like sugar and chili salt. Ooh. I know they didn't have it at the 7-Eleven, but Takis also has a brand like this, and the Takis brand is much more chili, much more spicy. This is incredibly mild chili in it. It mostly just tastes like dipping a orange lollipop into pure sugar with like the tiniest little bit of, maybe a tiny little bit of chili, mostly just sugar. So it's very sweet. Doesn't taste bad. It's just pure sugar. How can it taste bad? But meh. So with that, there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's pretty cool. Mexican 7-Eleven, definitely worth checking out. Just skip a few items. Like, don't get a branded burrito bite. Don't get the big bite. But those sweets and that De La Rosa, woo, muy bien. So, buenas noches. Till next time, adios, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. And for that, Joel Hansen, let's go eat the world. Hey, everyone, real quick. I'm down here poolside in Mexico. Yes, that is right, guys. It is beautifully warm here, and I gotta go back to Canada. So real quick, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. There's a lot of you watching this video right now that are not subscribed, guys. This is something we have been working on, and so please, guys, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. It helps you out. That way you don't miss a beat. That's way you get to know when I'm in your city, when I'm in your country, because I want to meet you. I want you to come meet me. I want to eat some food together, guys. So please, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss a beat. And that, like I said, it's absolutely free.